we are going to try our very best to get this video filmed. I have a container of products that are on my chopping block, like products that I'm not sure if I'm going to keep anymore. So I'm going to give them one final test to see, you know, should I keep them and keep experimenting, or is it just time to call it quits? So quickly, before I go in and start applying my makeup, I am going to continue with my It Cosmetics Confidence in a Cream Anti-Aging Armor. I have been using this, I want to say, probably a little over a week, and I'm honestly not seeing a really big difference. But I am going to continue for the month because, there we go. See those lines? I'm really trying to focus on those lines and my upper lip. And then I go ahead and do my whole forehead, my T-zone, and my neck. So, it smells good if nothing else. It is very moisturizing. I don't know if it's really doing enough for my wrinkles like I would like, but real quick here, gonna take a cup of coffee. I haven't been feeling like my mental health hasn't been the best here lately. So I really haven't been filming anything, which is probably, you've noticed a lack of content. Probably about a week I haven't had anything up. I just haven't had it. I just haven't had the time, because my boys are not wanting to nap anymore. And so unless I sit down to film at 10 o'clock at night, you know, it's not really possible right now. Honestly, I've been napping. When they nap, if they nap, I nap. If they're not napping, then we're still going about our day. So I'm trying to do this to relax. Granted, this coffee is going to probably give me anxiety and make my heart race, so we love good irony here. So, full face of products here that are on their last leg. Let's go ahead and let's start with brows. So the product that I'm putting to the test here is the L'Oreal Micro Ink Pen. This is in the shade Blonde, and this is one of those pens that has the teeth, but what's weird is it isn't, I don't know, it's just a very odd product. It's like almost foam. Can you see that? It's almost, let me put it up here. It's almost foam that they like just put cuts in. Let me show you the other one in comparison. This one I used last time in another video. This one just looks much different in comparison to the L'Oreal. Let me see if I can get them on camera side by side. There we go. You see how different they look? So we're trying out this one, the L'Oreal one. The Maybelline one actually isn't that bad. So let's go ahead here. I am gonna need a spoolie though. Spoolie, spoolie. Oh baby, I need a spoolie. Now let's see how this does. Okay, off the bat, can you see just how watery it is? Like, it's giving me pigment, but holy cow. It's so liquidy. I don't like it. It's fine and dandy if you have enough brow hair for the pigment to attach to, but if you're trying to add any color or anything into spots where you're a little sparse of hair, it won't do it because there's nothing for it to cling on to. So like, it's not really doing what I need as far as filling in some areas where I am lacking a little bit of the hair that I want for the fullness that I want in my brow. Yeah, I'm not gonna keep pulling that out. This product is chopped. I do not like it, and I don't want to continue keeping it in my collection for no reason. So let's move on to eyeshadow. So I have a new eyeshadow primer that I want to test out. This is the No Budge eyeshadow primer from Profusion. So I went ahead and kept the box so I could read to you about this. It says, get your eyeshadow to stay put from day to night with this no budge eyeshadow primer with a smooth and blendable application. This primer enhances the color vibrancy, blah, blah, blah. Crease free, smudge proof, enhances color vibrancy, long wear formula, versatile for all skin tones. So that's one thing though that I wanted to say about this, not so much the claims, but the actual packaging. Like, that's so much waste. This came in this little side. I just ripped her open and pulled her out, okay? So this little product came in this, and then all of this box is just waste. Like, I really like how e.l.f. has made their packaging a part of the product so that it's not like taking up more packaging. But anyways, that's just a side note. So let's go ahead here. This is in the shade Nude. I have not seen this in stores, so I did have to order this from Walmart.com. I ordered it when I ordered my boys' Halloween costume. Oh wow, that dries quick. That dries down extremely fast, just FYI. Like, that doesn't feel as though it needs set or anything. I mean, that just boom, dried down. So our eyeshadow that we are working with today is this xxposed palette from Makeup Revolution. I bought this on the recommendations that I seen from Jessica Braun. She went on that this was a somewhat of a dupe for an eyeshadow palette from Charlotte Tilbury, but honestly, I rarely pull it out. So we're going to give it one last go today, see if it's worth keeping or not. So I'm just going to pop on a quick look with this. It's going to be super simple. There's only, you know, these two mattes, this shimmer, and then this glitter. So it's not going to be anything crazy. So I'm just going to pop this on, and then I'll talk with you about my thoughts. So here is the very quick, very simple eye look that I put together. You don't really have a lot of choices or options to make this anything extravagant. For me, I understand the simplicity of it. I understand the very ease of it. The fact that it is so basic and neutral that you really could wear it every single day. But for me, I almost feel like the colors kind of wash me out, and they're just not really, I mean, the gold next to my blue eyes looks pretty, but I don't know, it doesn't do anything for me. Like, it doesn't make me excited. It doesn't spark joy or anything. I mean, it just, nice quality shadows. I understand the simplicity of it, but for me, I think I'm going to pass on this because it just isn't doing anything for me. Alright, for mascara, we're going to be trying out the e.l.f. Lash It Loud Volumizing Mascara. Now, I know e.l.f. recently came out with that big, is it Big Mood, Big Ego, the purple one, which has a different wand. And this wand is very skinny, very plasticky, sharp bristles, quite honestly. And the first time I used it, I wasn't as impressed as I expected to be, because this was really hyped up at release. Like, and honestly, I don't think mascara is something, now I haven't tried that new one in the purple tube, but I don't feel like mascara is something that e.l.f. has really ever mastered or accomplished to like the extent of L'Oreal. You know what I mean? So, to be fair, we are going to curl my lashes. Look at that little sleeping baby. She's literally the sweetest thing ever. If you don't follow me on Instagram and you like dogs, go follow me over there. I post pictures of her probably every night or every other night because she snuggles with me in bed. So, alright, let's go ahead. Lash It Loud mascara. The bristle reminds me a lot of the one from the NYX On the Rise. And let me tell you, you really do need to be careful getting close to your eye with this, because if you poke your eye with these very sharp plastic bristles, it is going to hurt. And I say that from experience. Okay, so here we have one coat. I'm going to dip back in and see if I can't build it up just a little bit. I'm really trying to work the bristles through my lashes. Alright, I'm going to stop there because what I'm seeing is the more product that I add, it's not giving me any volume as much as the product is weighing down my lashes more, meaning I'm losing the curl that I got from using my lash curler. I just don't like it. It doesn't give me any volume. It doesn't give me any length. It really just makes my lashes kind of look clumpy, and the formula feels heavy on my lashes. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It feels like it's making my eyelids heavy. And even though the wand reminds me of the NYX mascara, it doesn't remind me of that in formula. So this is going to be another product we chop. Moving into face products, we're going to start with primer. Today we're going to use the Maybelline Master Prime Primer. This is the Hydrate and Smooth. And with the face product that we're going to be using today, we need hydration. So it does come out very lotiony. Sorry, had to answer a quick call from my grandma. Alright, so I'm just going to take a little bit more. And honestly, it does feel hydrating in the sense of like lotiony. Does that make sense? Like, it doesn't feel liquidy or anything. Let's look at the pores to see about smoothing. We'll have to probably determine that one once we put our face product on. But as far as hydrating, yeah, I definitely feel hydrated. I'm not so sure about smooth. So for the face, again, this was another super hyped. Well, actually, I take that back. Let's go into concealer first, because I really have been enjoying doing my concealer first. We're going to be using the Physicians Formula Natural Defense Total Coverage Concealer. This is in the shade Fair. This isn't a line that I've seen a lot of people talk about, and it does have one of these little sponges. So I really have tried to give it a fair chance. The foundation that came with this is odd though, because this is a total coverage concealer, whereas the face product is like a sheer product. Let me show you. Hold on. Here is what came with it, the Sheer Line of Defense foundation. So I think I've talked multiple times about how odd that was, the fact that we had this total coverage concealer and a sheer foundation. Anyway, let's go ahead and put some of this concealer on. Whoop, I might have squeezed, way too much out. Then going to apply it with this little flat shader brush from Wet n Wild. If you haven't seen where I did the TikTok hat, or no, where did I learn this from? This came from the Bailey Sarian video, so check that one out. Really like applying my concealer this way. I definitely applied way too much, so I'm going to wipe the excess off onto a tissue and continue trying to blend this in. Also, I am sorry for my OCD people about this blind. I know, it bothers me too. I hope to get a new one this weekend. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and take a sponge to try to also soak up a little bit of this product. I don't want a user error to affect our judgment of this product. Okay, that helped a little bit. Patting it in with my finger, the heat from my finger seemed to help it melt just a little bit. Let me bring you in. Alright, so here's what we're looking like. The color of this concealer is a little yellow, but the face product I'm going to be working with is a little yellow as well. So another extremely hyped product when it released was the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream. Color correcting, full coverage, natural finish with collagen peptides and niacinamide, and SPF 30. Mine is in Fair 140 Warm. I really should have had the lighter shade, the lightest shade, but they didn't have it anywhere that I looked at. CVS, Walmart, nowhere. So we are dealing with something that is way too yellow for me. Alright, I honestly don't know when the last time I used this was, because one, I felt like it was very drying, and two, the shade is just, it's just wrong for me. So maybe having this kind of yellow concealer will balance it out versus having a concealer that is cool toned, whereas this I feel like does have that more peachy yellowish tint to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and take one pump. Oh, yellow. You know they call me mellow yellow. They call me mellow yellow. Alright, little spritz on the sponge. And let's see what we can do here. Did I put too much? Oh, no. Okay, we're going to have to spread some of this over. Looking a little dry regardless of having put this hydrating primer on underneath. Alright, so that was one pump. Pretty much covered me. I need just a little dab for my forehead. And then I'm going to take what's rest of this little bit dab and blend it on my neck. Yeah, I look dry as all get out. I look dry. Okay, so in an attempt to salvage, I'm going to spray my face with some Wet n Wild 3-in-1. Well, this isn't the 3-in-1. This is the natural finish setting spray, but it'll still work. I'm going to give myself a little spritz and then try to press this in because I look dry. Still pretty darn dry. Yep. It does not look the best. Can you see where the concealer is meeting? Oh my gosh, look, it's already like breaking apart on my nose. But where that concealer is meeting the CC cream, it looks awful. Oh, it looks awful. I think I'm finally ready to be done with these two as well. Are we gonna keep anything today? And this primer, smoothing. Okay, hydrating, not enough, I can tell you that. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and toss this too. All right, moving into bronzer. We are working with the Rimmel Jelly Bronzer. This is in the shade 001 Paradise. Almost paradise. We're knocking on heaven's door. Sorry, I'm just full of songs today. Almost paradise. How could we ask for more? Try to find a clean sponge. I need to wash everything immediately. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some off the cap here. It's not dry. What's weird about this is more than jelly, it's like putty, like pudding. That's what it's got, the consistency of pudding. So a little dab will do ya. Blending, blending, blending. Oh no. Wow, that shade looks awful on me, doesn't it? It almost looks yellow. Orangey? Yellowish orange? What? Still dabbing. Alright, now I'm going to go over it with the sponge we used for the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream. Try to blend this in. Did the product blend out nicely? Yes. Does it look nice on the skin? Yes. I think maybe this color is just wrong for me. But then again, I'm using it on top of a foundation that's the wrong color for me. Okay, so this one is a Reprieve. We're going to try it again on a base that actually looks nice and is the right shade for me, because I'm not sure if this color is off or if using the CC cream that is too yellow is throwing the color of this off as well. So we will try that one again. Alright, let's move into powder. We are trying the Hard Candy Blurring and Pore Refining Sheer Envy Loose Powder. Now I'm worried about this because it's got a color to it and it's yellow. Let's just throw everything yellow on my face that I own. Why not? This is going to darken everything. Okay, here we go. Oh no. So any brightness my under eyes had is now gone. Oh, that looks awful. Oh, this is just coloring my face the worst color possible. I think I'm going to have to pass on this for the color. Like, I can't be putting that yellow tinted powder on my face. Like, oh, it looks awful. Oh, and my nose is breaking apart so badly already. Okay, bye-bye, powder. All right, moving into highlighter. So for this, I do have a trio, or is that what they call these? Like a palette, but I'm only going to be using a highlighter out of this. Like, the bronzer and the blush are nice, but they're nothing that I inherently need in my collection. So I thought, let's give this highlighter a go again. I think it's going to be too gold too. I think that's why I don't use it, is because it's so darn gold. Like, it's, and the thing is, it's the light to medium. Like, and there should, if this is light to medium, they needed a fair to light that had something way different, because this gold is not going to rock on my skin tone. Yeah, nice formula, but the shade's off, and the blush and the bronzer, like, if it's going to be a trio, or a palette. Like, I need everything to work for me, and this just doesn't. So we'll go ahead and pass on that. And then we have, for blush, we're going to be using the Wet n Wild Hello Halo Blushlighter. And so we do have this blush, and again, a golden highlighter. And the blush, my issue is, I think it's more of like a topper than anything, and I'm just really not into that anymore. Like, let's give it a little go here. Like, I think this would be something my sister could get use out of, because, you know, she's got that brown hair, and this would give her a very youthful glow, like for springtime. Yeah, I just don't think I'm into that anymore. So this is going to go to my sister. The last thing we're going to try out is this little lipstick. This is the This Is Nude lipstick in 3 Bold from, who's this from? Essence. And it seriously is just a bullet lipstick. I like the formula. The color's okay, but I think I have enough of this shade. Like, I'm looking, let me swatching this, let me see. Okay, maybe this is a little more pink and less nudie, but I think I have enough in this general realm that I don't need this lipstick anymore. Nice formula, very creamy, but I don't need 100 of the same shade. So I'm gonna pass on that as well. And then let's give a little spritz. Alright, so here is the finished look using products that are on the chopping block. I just realized we didn't do the lower lash line, but that's alright. This makeup is probably coming off once we're done. So out of all the products that we tried, the only thing that I am going to keep is the Rimmel Jelly Bronzer. I am going to give this another try, like I said, because I think that potentially using this yellow e.l.f. Camo CC Cream is throwing off the shade of the bronzer. Potentially. It may not be. It may be too yellow on me, and the next time I use it, I may end up getting rid of it, but I do want to give it another try. Otherwise, we are going to go ahead and get rid of these 2 palettes. This powder, this lip product, this primer, CC cream, concealer. We're going to get rid of this brow product, this mascara, and this eyeshadow palette. Now, going back really quickly to the Profusion eyeshadow base primer, honestly, I think it's working really well. I mean, these shadows look pretty pigmented, which I feel like is not generally the case. Still, I'm not loving them, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of them, but I do feel that they look pigmented, and they are lasting nice. Like, there's no creasing or anything like that. So, thank you for watching this video. I hope you will like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.